the highest human act is to inspire. I don't care really the business side of music. You know, I might pay attention and get informed about how the album performed, but it don't really influence how I feel about the music. So, you know, when I thought about what factor make me like the music, you know, what really is it? And I think it's like the music that inspires you. That's the stuff you play over and over again. And you got shit that entertain you, shit that motivates you, but I think at the core, all that, it inspires you to dance. It inspires you to get some money. It inspires you to fall in love. But it inspires you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that that's the goal of making music, is to inspire.
The STEM Society.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4", blowing kush smoke out the window. Pockets full of hundreds, no singles. Pockets full of hundreds, no singles. Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Pockets full of hundreds, no singles.
My pen way sharper than the sword. Keep it cool, on make me pull a cord. My lord was in the trap, see the cracks in the decor. Still paint chips dropping on the floor, my lord.
The STEM Society.
Smooth like Drexler, mind state, train to move for self like Tesla. Crime rate.
Welcome back to the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. Whew. Thank goodness for, what is it, Tuesday? It's Tuesday. It's crazy weather out here, but I'm back to give you guys some more news, some more new music. Just a lot of different things, man. I hope you had a great week. My week has been so far, nothing to complain about. I'm very amped up to go watch. So for me, I'm a wrestling fan. I completely cannot wait until WrestleMania this weekend. I am excited. I haven't been this excited in a while. I can't believe wrestling is actually like pretty good now. It's actually not as bad as it used to be. I've been waiting on this weekend for a while, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen this weekend. 2 days of WrestleMania, you got me. But don't worry, you'll still get your episode of the STEM Society on Sunday, and you'll get your video on Monday. By the way, I don't know if you guys have figured this out or not, but why haven't you joined the society? Be a part of something special. Join the society, man. It's real easy. All I'm asking for is a play, a like, a comment, something. But if you want to be fully immersed into the society, you have to subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's very easy. Go to B1K Radio YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, and you'll get great content like this. Or you can always subscribe via Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Very easy. The links will be in the description. Subscribe. Join the society. Be a part of something special. Be a part of something that's growing every day.
Music in rotation.
So this week I only have one single. Let me just tell you right now. I'm going into a new quarter, so typically I kind of go back and listen. At the end of the show, I'm actually going to be giving you guys my 5 favorites for the first quarter. Yeah, I'm going to give you guys my 5 favorite albums for the first quarter. I just thought I'd do something new. And we're 3 months down in this year. We're heading into the second quarter, so I think it would be great to be able to tell you guys what I'm listening to and what are my 5 favorite albums from the first 3 months of the year. So we'll do that at the end of the show. But for right now, I only have one song that I've been listening to that I had to take time out to listen to. IDK and Joey Bada has a song called Denim. This is very much a I Got Money song, very braggadocious. This is very much, dare I say, luxury New York rap. I can't, I'm telling you, man, this is some of that luxury, I got a bag type situation on here, which I love it. IDK and Joey Badass, great synergy. I think Joey Badass is dropping an album this year. He's been on He's been on like 4 songs this year, which typically means he's got something coming on his own. Now, when or where, I have no idea, but currently he's been on Lyrical Lemonade. He had his own single come out. What was it? No Passports. this song, and he had one more. So the Conway, he was on the Conway. Yeah, Conway the Machine, and he was featured on Conway Machine's Verento. I think it's Verento. Don't quote me on the name because I probably fucked it up. But it feels like Joey Badass has been everywhere, and he's secretly kind of showing people that he's getting back out here. I would expect the project, but that's neither here nor there. This song right here, I most definitely would put it in rotation, just for the simple fact of it's some luxury braggadocious money rap, and it's out of New York. We don't get that too often, not for real. Like the cool luxury, I got this, I could buy this type stuff. I don't know. It's not super fast, very laid back song, slow tempo. I was enjoying it, and I'm a huge Joey Badass fan. I feel like Joey Badass is one of those rappers, man, that doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does. I think he's one of the better ones that's out here. I can't wait. I think 2000 was the last album he dropped, and that was a great album. So all in all, the song's a great song. Give it a chance if you want some good luxury rap, and if you want some good I got money stuff, take a chance on it. And they're spitting on here. Good lyrics, everything works. Take a chance. It's called Denim, IDK, Joey Badass. So it's some other. Right now, I'm in the middle of listening to like a bunch of different albums. Buddy's new album, Don't Forget to Breathe. I've just started that. So far, so good. I just got into the Tierra Whack album, Worldwide Whack. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that on another episode. And I'm listening to the Bossman D-Lo album as well. So right now I'm in the middle of sitting with those and kind of getting prepared to be able to talk about it on the show. But I had to bring out the Denim single because that was just the last thing I listened to that I really enjoyed. So don't worry. I'll have more albums coming soon to be able to talk about. Again, I don't review. I just critique. I give you guys some music. You go out, listen to it. Tell me how you feel in the comments. By the way, for all of the people for all the subscribers and the people who listen, tell me what you have in rotation in the comments as well, man. Like, I want this to be more interactive. I want to have more conversations with you guys. I'm thinking about starting to do stuff on Spaces. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to check. I'm trying to see what other things we could possibly do together just to be more interactive with the show. So if you have any suggestions, or is there anything that you think of that we could be more interactive with each other, man, put it in the comments, man. Engagement works. I'm most definitely going to see I'm going to see what you guys are commenting on, and I'm going to start replying more. But I want to start doing Twitter Spaces. I want to start doing those types of things, especially when I want to have discussion about new albums when they drop. So if you guys have something in rotation that you like, put it in there. I'll listen to it. I'll probably even talk about it on one of the episodes. But more engagement. Let's talk more. Let's actually be a real society for a change.
Yeah.
The STEM Society.
Fuego.
We must pay homage to him.
Respect is an homage. I found it dishonest. Caught the guy, the king's disease. Fall back, I'm reclining. Think way too colossus to go back with you giants. Put an end to your day, leave that with the Mayans. Can't blame me for trying. Citadel, that is Zion. From
The STEM Society.
Here's a Huts, I'm kinda a Starsky. Get Pine by Roger, transform the stars.
All right, so let me get into the news, man. It was really just one news story that I could find that actually made sense to me, because I didn't want to talk about Drake and Sexy Red hanging out with each other. Some prominent podcasts have already taken that story all the way to the top. So I decided to get something like this. The Pharrell and Chad situation, the Neptunes. Apparently the Neptunes are fighting over the actual brand Neptunes. What do we know? Pharrell and Chad, who formed the group, the Neptunes, are now battling each other over in a legal dispute over the group's name. Apparently Chad is accusing Pharrell of fraudulently seeking sole control over the trademarks. I thought Pharrell was getting like a really good deal at this Louis Vuitton situation. Would you run out of money? Like, Jesus Christ, that's terrible. What else do we know? Legal action was filed last week at a federal tribunal. Is this Survivor? I don't know what the hell's going on. Attorneys for Hugo accused Pharrell and his company of attempting to unilaterally register trademarks for the Neptunes name. They said that's a move that violates their long-standing agreement that saw their stuff, everything was supposed to be split right down the middle. The issue in the dispute are 3 separate applications to register the Neptunes as a trademark. Now, the trademark is supposed to cover 1, the use of the name in streaming music. That's some income. 2, I'll get it right one of these days. The use of the name on music videos and other content. That's another stream of income. And 3, covering live performances. So those are 3 things. Those are 3 different incomes that can come in under the name the Neptunes. Now, if somebody has sole ownership of that basically means they get all of the money and they're not splitting it 50-50. I'm pretty sure Chad's kind of mad because he did put a lot of magic into a lot of the Neptune stuff. All of these were filed in 2022 by a company called PWIP Holdings. Pharrell actually owns that company, and that actually has the registrations for NERD, his Miami-based Good Time Hotel. I have no idea. I didn't know he had a hotel like that. And apparently it's a bunch of other brand names connected to that company and Pharrell Williams. So they're making it look like Pharrell is actually trying to take this name from Chad. He don't want to split the profits or split anything down the middle. So this is what Chad's attorney had to say. Throughout their over 30-year history, Chad Hugo and Pharrell Williams agreed to and in fact have divided all assets. By ignoring and excluding Chad from any of and all applications filed by the applicant for the mark, the Neptunes, the applicant has committed fraud in securing the trademarks and acted in bad faith. I thought Pharrell had a whole, what is this Louis Vuitton deal that he has there? Like, does that count for anything? Okay. So here's what Pharrell's reps had to say about this. Pharrell is surprised by this. Nigga, please. We have reached out on multiple occasions to share in ownership and administration of the trademark and will continue to make that offer. The goal here was to make sure that third party doesn't get a hold of the trademark and to guarantee Chad and Pharrell share ownership and administration. So Chad's lawyer came back and said this: if Pharrell's intent was to include Chad in the filings, he should have registered it in the name of them jointly as a partnership and not in his own name. God damn it, Pharrell, you fucking up. He said, clearly this was a land grab and a long simmering dispute that has yet to be resolved. Don't tell me the Neptunes got beef, bro. That's sad. I don't like that. The story goes on to say in the legal filings last week, Hugo's attorney argued that Pharrell had knowingly and intentionally filed these applications without requiring input from Hugo, even though he was fully aware that either Hugo or their partnership entity should have been listed as a co-owner. Nothing either written or oral provided by Williams or the company with a unilateral authority to register the trademarks. That is a lot of jargon that I don't know what that means. They're making it seem like Pharrell intentionally did this. Is Pharrell really trying to take the name, the Neptunes, away from Chad? Like, that's not good. I don't know, man. It feels like the Neptunes made so many hits together, and you would think that they would be cooler than this, but it really feels like Chad feels a type of way about this, man. I don't know. It's crazy to think that they don't like each other. They've been doing this for a long time. So in a filing, this is the final thing. In his filings last week, Chad Hugo's lawyer said that the trademark registrations covering sound recordings and possibly others would be subject to future legal action aimed at having them voided. So pretty much they're going back and forth with each other. The whole thing is, it feels like Chad feels like Pharrell is taking the Neptunes name away, which that's kind of huge because when you think about it, Chad did as much for the Neptunes name as Pharrell did. Probably, I ain't gonna say more, but Chad was a big part of why the Neptune sound was the way it is. I really feel like, yeah, they're supposed to split this down the middle. If you're looking at it from the other side, apparently Pharrell is going to try to take this name and just put it under his company where he can just kind of like manage it. But it's like Debo. Like, the bike is both ours, but we just gonna keep it at my house. That's what he's doing with the Neptunes name, which is pretty terrible. I don't know what the truth is in this, but it hurts me to know that the Neptunes, as far as like Chad and Pharrell, don't get along anymore. It's ridiculous and it's terrible, but I don't know if Pharrell looks at it from a standpoint of like that's what he should be owning or what. Neither one of them has kind of came out and made a statement yet. Everybody's been talking to their lawyers, which pretty much means this is high level shit. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's going to get the name. It would be a shame if Chad had nothing to do with the name anymore, or if he couldn't prosper off of this. Like, when somebody works their ass off or something like that, and then you have somebody come up under them and kind of just snake it away, that's fucked up. And I would think that Pharrell would be bigger than that. He's making a shit ton of money, or he's made a shit ton of money. Like, let's not act like Pharrell is broke out here in these streets. Like, he got plenty of money. So if all of these things are true and he is trying to take the name from Chad, we got a problem on our hands. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of rooting for Chad in this whole situation. He earned that whole 50% split that he's worked his ass off for. He earned it. All I'm saying is, if Pharrell is actually trying to take this away from Chad, that's fucked up. And no one should ever feel like their hard work should go down the toilet. It's just a fucked up situation. I hope they iron it out. I hope they can actually still be friends after this, because anytime friends in business get together, man, and you have a situation like this, it never ends up good, and people end up hating each other after this. I know my uncle used to tell me on a regular basis, man, never do business with friends. Never go into business with friends. It never ends good. And we're seeing this right now with the Neptunes and them fighting over the name. Let's just hope that everything turns out to be as pleasant as possible and nobody gets real fucked up on this, man. I would hate to see the fruit of their labor go down in flames over fucking legal disputes. Both of these dudes have done too much for music and too much for especially for hip hop for them to be fighting over this. Split the shit up for real and go make some more Louis Vuitton stuff. Let it go.
The STEM Society.
Camouflage arms for sneak approaches. Can't defy eyes, don't keep the focus. Nigga ain't no more punchlines, I keep explosives. Monkey see, monkey do, him see hypnosis. You'll have an army as long as you feed the soldiers. Standing on top of my ops for sneaker poses. Make it to push a few buttons, release the vultures. 20 plane seats with street diplomas. Handle your destiny solo, decrease the middlemen. Wake up, pray and get to it, repeat this shit again. Can my dog go to heaven? At least consider him.
The STEM Society.
I'm doing something a little bit different this episode. So I wanted to tell you guys what my favorite 5 albums were from the first quarter. Try to say that 5 times fast. It's hard as hell. But anyway, I wanted to let you guys know what I was enjoying as far as like my favorite albums from the quarter. We're going into the second quarter. It's about to be summertime. Everybody's putting out their stuff for going outside, for being outside, and I'm liking them right now. So, but I wanted to just go over 5 albums that I thought were great from the first quarter, and I wanted to share them with you. Now, I did actually ask some people on my Facebook. I was like 3 months down, what's your 3 favorite albums so far? Which I'll put that question into the comments on this episode as well. If you're listening to the audio version, it should be the Spotify one where you'll see the question. And next episode, I'll read them, no problem. So as soon as I get some replies back, I'll read them on the next episode, and then we can kind of talk about it. But let's get into it. My 5 favorite albums from the first quarter.
Number 5.
Easy choice. A lot of people might feel like it should be higher. I'm not going to say that. Future and Metro Boomin's We Don't Trust You got to be at number 5. I can't put it up higher than number 5 because it's still pretty new. I think it's been out a week, maybe 2 weeks, and it is doing numbers like that. Is killing everything. I think it's still the number 1 album in the country right now, number 1 hip hop album. It's great. The album is more than just one song. It's more than one song, everybody. That album has a lot of songs, it has a lot of replayability. I think Metro's production really put this album over the top. I cannot stop listening to this album because it's pretty fucking good, man. The features make sense. The production is solid. Future is in his fucking toxic bag per normal. I'm sorry. A lot of people are probably on some fuck this shit. It's only one song. It's only the Kendrick Lamar verse that's making this go. I beg to differ. If you sit down and listen to this album and go over it a couple times, I guarantee you're going to find some songs that you are going to enjoy. So you can miss me with all that bullshit about it's only one song on the album. That album is great, and it is one of my favorites from the first quarter.
Number 4.
Independent artist Ferris Blusa. I talked to God about this. This nigga goes hard on his raps, man. Pause if I got to. I really enjoy his rap voice. I think he has some great samples. He produces all of his music himself. I love the samples that he does. Again, he's an artist out of Louisiana that don't even sound like he don't sound like he's from Louisiana at all. I really enjoyed this album. It's 9 tracks. It's just good, man. It's like you can tell that this dude is really like putting his all into his music. And I enjoy that because, again, he's independent. He's trying to get it out the mud, and I can't be mad at that. Anytime I go into somebody's catalog to kind of hear some of their other work, because when I listened to this album, I went and I was like, I got to check this nigga's catalog out. Went in, listened to his stuff. Y'all got to give him a chance. If you want a jumping on point as far as like him and who he is and kind of get to know his music, start with this album. The album is called I Talked to God About This. His name is Ferris Blusa. He's independent, and he's pretty damn good, man.
Number 3.
Man. Ye and Ty Dolla $ign, Vultures Volume 1. Hey, look. First and foremost, the hype has died down, and I had to go back to this album. I had to go back to it. Matter of fact, I never really left it. There are some songs on there like Good Don't Die and Fuck Something and Problematic, and it's a few songs on there that I still want to go back and listen to. And even though Kanye's raps on this album are subpar as hell, Ty Dolla $ign still keeps this album as glued together as he possibly can. The features are very good, and you are going to hear probably some of the best production and the crispest. Sonically, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. I don't know what Volume 2 is going to be like. I don't even care no more. This album is it's crisp, and it sounds good. Sonically, it's great. Again, I know Kanye is shitty rapping on here. I don't care. I don't care. Is this going to be album of the year? Probably not. But did this keep my attention the whole first quarter? Yes. I kept going back to this album. Kept going back to it. Kept going back to it. It's good, man. It's really good. I don't know what Volume 2 is going to be like, but if it's going to be anything close to this with better rap from, like, if Kanye actually gets some kind of writer to write his rhymes and actually get him to rap good on this this next volume, I'm sold. I ain't got to worry about nothing else. I'll be okay with it. But yes, number 3, Ye and Ty Dolla Sign's Vultures Volume 1. I had to.
Number 2.
And I still want to put this up as one of my albums of the year. 21 Savage, American Dream. Nobody's talking about it anymore, and I don't know why. It kind of got lost in the shuffle. I don't see the problem, man. I don't understand what's going on, why people aren't talking about it. The production is great. You got some stuff. Like, one of my favorite songs on here is Letter to My Brother, which it's 21 Savage opening himself up a lot more. You have the whole second half of the album, which has got a more, I guess, R&B type feel to it. Like, the album sequence pretty good. I don't get it. Nobody's talking about this album like they was. And maybe that's because it came out in January and so much has came out this year. But 21 Savage, American Dream is one of the best albums that came out this year. You may not realize it because nobody's talking about it anymore, but that's one of the best albums that came out this year. I'm telling y'all it is. And nobody's talking about it anymore. I don't know if that's because it's 21. I don't know if it's because so much good music has come out this year. But if you have not went back to listen to 21 Savage's American Dream, here's your chance right now. I'm telling you, go back and listen to the album and go back and listen to what... There's literally like 2 sides to this album. The first side is really, really like rap side, and then you get to a point where he has all the R&B people like Brent Faiyaz, Summer Walker. He's got an R&B side to this, I guess a softer side to this album, but it works. Like, nobody's looking at it that way, and I don't get it. I don't know. Some people felt like it didn't deliver. I personally feel like this is one of his better albums. This album, to me, is not going to be better than I Am versus I Am Greater Than I Was. Yeah, that was the name of it. That, to me, that's probably like peak. That's really, really good 21 Savage. But this right here should be up for Album of the Year. You might call me crazy. I'm telling you right now, this is one of the best albums that came out this year. Go back, listen to 21 Savage, American Dream, and hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I personally have this in my Albums of the Year category.
Number 1.
My favorite for the first quarter, I don't think this is going to surprise anybody because I think there's a lot of people still playing this album. Schoolboy Q's Blue Lips. This album don't sound like nothing that's out right now. And that's probably why I like it so much. The vibes are there. I think Q set out to do some of his best work. If I'm being honest, this probably is his best work. Yeah, I think this is his best work. I know I complained a lot about the beat switches in a lot of the songs, but when you sit down and listen to it, like, the album actually flows pretty well, man. Like, it flows very well. It may stumble a little bit in the first 2, maybe 3 songs, but once you get past that, like, everything kind of flows a little bit better. And then you got songs like Blue Slides, Thank God for Me, Ohio, Yearn 101, the Foe song, Lost Times. Those are the types of songs that keep me coming back because it's just some really good vibes on that album. And I just feel like this is some of the best shit that Schoolboy has put out. And I think he feels that way too. I think that's what he's set to do. I'm kind of leaning towards putting it on my Album of the Year list. It's looking that way. My rotation of music varies depending on the type of mood that I am. It's like sometimes I can build a playlist and just listen to a playlist of songs, but sometimes I want to hear full albums, and that'll get me through my day. And for me, there are some great songs on Blue Lips, but me trying to put them in a playlist don't work. And I have to listen to the album from top to bottom to be able to get the same feeling from those songs, if that makes sense. Like, I just can't put these songs in a playlist and be cool with that. Like, I have to listen to the Schoolboy Q album. I have to listen to Blue Lips to be able to get the same feel from those songs that I've been listening to. So, yeah, I keep coming back to it. And out of all of the stuff that I've been listening to, especially on this list, that album has been consistent like damn near every other day. Like, I have to hear something off that album or put that album in every other day. Like, even if it's just in the background while I'm trying to like work on something, I put it on. And then I'm like, I get all the vibes from it. So right now, those are my favorite 5 albums from the first quarter. I like the list. If you like the list, let me know in the comments. If you hate the list, let me know in the comments. And I want you guys to let me know what your list is. You can give me 5, you can give me 3. It doesn't even matter. I want to know what's your favorite albums from the first quarter. So I'll tell you what, if you leave your favorite albums from the first quarter in the comments, I will read them the next Wednesday episode. How about that? Wednesday episode, Thursday YouTube episode, it'll be up on there, and we can compare. We can compare notes and see what we like and what we don't like. Makes sense. But those are the 5 albums. I'm pretty satisfied with my list. I'm pretty satisfied with it. While we're here, don't forget, subscribe. That's right. Join the society. Be a part of something special. Subscribe to the BYNK Radio YouTube channel. And make sure you guys, if you don't want to watch it on YouTube, you can always catch the audio form on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Just make sure you help grow this thing. Make it bigger than what it already is. Well, that's my time. I got nothing else, guys. Short show today. I will catch you guys on Sunday. Peace out.
The STEM Society.
Gold Daytonas. 100 smokes for my dogs and my low swap. Ride with it on us. You know we got it. Yeah. Gold Daytonas. Yeah. Ride with it on us.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.
You ever seen a nigga get shot by the Staples Center? Next day watching Brian with them staples in it?